Hey YouTube, hey everybody. What's up my coffee cakes? How are you doing? We got stuff to talk about. Alright. Let's see here. I don't know if I could share it to my yesterday I went to share my live onto the Miss Kelly Facebook page and it went to the wrong place. And that's not good. So let's see if we could do it. Let's see. All right, we'll figure that out. Whatever. Okay, so I'm learning to share this out on all fronts. Oh gosh, somebody's hair is on my phone. It must be mine. Maybe I had a short one that moved away. Anywho, so happy Friday, TGIF, as we used to call it back in the day. I will be working on doing some things on my Facebook page. So it won't be just YouTube things. I'm a huge fan of Chris Crocker. I don't know if you guys follow Chris Crocker. I follow him religiously. He's right up there with Perez Hilton and hey, Nature's Beauty. YouTube, we can't post videos of us singing and dancing to music because it's a copyright strike. But on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, you can. So maybe I'll take my Miss Kelly Facebook page and not just post Facebook things over YouTube things over there. We'll just have to expand it, and maybe that's how we get more stuff over here. If you know, I talked about it yesterday that I have another Facebook page that I had become an admin for about 4 years ago. We started with 1,200. When I got there, it was like 1,200 followers. Um, so, um, uh, but right now we're up to like almost 9,000. And so actually, I must have a good way of. I seem to have a pretty decent way of growing Instagram and well, TikTok's a little difficult, but Facebook pages and Instagram is rather simple. So so that's a thing. Hopefully you guys check out Jamie. Let's talk about Jamie, my bestie. Happy friend anniversary according to Facebook. It is our official friend anniversary on Facebook anyways, but I'm pretty sure we were talking long before today, a year ago. But hey, Trendorama, I was just about to respond to that. So make sure you check out her video. This is what dreams are made of right here. Is Jamie did a video yesterday. She posted a video yesterday of her trying out Emma Chamberlain. Emma Chamberlain is a YouTuber as well. She has her own coffee line, and she did a video preparing the coffee and trying it out. I don't think it didn't go very well taste-wise, but that's what dreams are made of. I'm not sure if I would want my own coffee line though. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. That's an idea. I mean, I think about what kinds of things I would want with my name on it. I would prefer like a movie with a title with my name in it. I would like to go by Madison Square Garden and see my name in lights, because I'm going to sell out the house, doing comedy and stuff like that. But but the thing is with coffee though, is coffee you got to be careful with, because a lot of companies are not what's called fair trade, and I do my best to buy things that are sourced ethically as far as fair trade goes. So I don't know. Coffee I know is one of those things that you have to try to find whether I know well, you got the chocolate. Chocolate's a big thing that isn't fair trade. A lot of the big companies do have child slaves, you know, going out and harvesting their cocoa and things like that. Yep. Thank you, Trendorama. That video was awesome. It's very inspiring. I have to say that's the one thing that I find to be really inspiring is seeing other YouTubers, the bigger ones, do all these amazing things. I know I can't stress enough what Jeffree Star said in his latest video of his house. Jeffree Star said he only had $400 to his name, and now he's like the biggest. He's got the biggest makeup company around. His makeup is very coveted and it's very well made. You know, it's awesome stuff. So, you know, that's, you know, some people are like, oh, I don't want to support the big YouTubers, but you know what? At some point, you may be at that rate. You may be there. You may be in that you may be in that place, and you want people to support you, and you can't never forget wherever you know when you started from the bottom. And I don't think Jeffree Star really does. It doesn't seem like he forgets, you know, where he's come from. He talks a lot about. Ugh, look at that. Oh, now I see the problem. I cut it myself, so that's what I get. One side is longer than the other, but that's a thing, right? That wasn't really my intentions, but that's actually, whatever. But, so, yeah, so that's why I do support the big YouTubers. The only big YouTuber I don't support, of course, is Ryan's Toy World, just simply because of the shakeup that Ryan's Toy World has caused to us content creators. You know, he's the only one who's really caused the stir for us, really. Jeffree Star, James Charles, they had their Dramageddon, and it really had zero effect on us, except it gave us something to talk about, you know. So even, you know, Perez Hilton's here on the channel. He has his channels. These channels don't have any effect on us. So, you know, Ryan's Toy World is literally the only one that has any effect on us. So I mean, the problem is Jacob really likes Ryan. So it's hard to not want to, you know, just, I personally don't support Ryan, but I guess in a sense, you know, when you have a kid who does, I mean, it is what it is. But anywho, so speaking of beauty gurus, I was hoping everybody was going to come in here, but I know Friday's hard because it's grow day for a lot of the other channels, and you probably won't see me in any of those live streams today. So get growing and enjoy your evening hanging around with the grow train, or wherever you go. It's not going to be me. I won't be there. So the one thing I want to talk about today is Kat Von D. Hey, Heather. We're just going to start talking about Kat Von D. I know that talking about Kat Von D can be very controversial for your channel because, you know, people are not a fan of her because she's an anti-vaxxer. And it's rumored that she is also a anti-Semite. I don't think it's really a rumor. I don't think that part is a rumor because her husband has that tattoo on his neck. She says that she can't be a racist because she is Latina, and that's not true. That's not true. But because my kid's grandma, let me tell you, my kid's grandma will kick around the N-word, no problem. So, and she's Puerto Rican, so, and that's not okay. That is not okay. It's not okay to ever use these words, no matter who or where you come from. We should not be going around offending people and being racist and whatever else. We should do our best to be either as politically correct as possible or just as kind as we can. And sometimes, you know, going to the extreme of being politically correct is the right way to go. Just simply because then you don't have to worry about, you know, offending somebody by accident. You know, I mean, let me tell you something. When I grew up, the R word was a very big thing. We all, you know, we didn't know it wasn't politically correct back then, but it isn't. So that word is terrible. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, we do get comfortable saying things. Hi, official CMJ. Unfortunately, sometimes we get, you know, comfortable saying things that we shouldn't. But at this point in this day and age, you know, when somebody says they're offended by something, they're offended. Unless if you're me, where I say I'm not offended by something, and then you say that I'm offended, which means that you're the one that's offended and not me. But that's a whole different story. But anyways, back to Kat Von D. Apparently, I think I just got bit by a mosquito. So apparently, Kat Von D has sold her makeup company to the company at which she owns, who produces her product. She sold off all her shares. She's not going to be doing makeup anymore because she apparently has music coming out, and she has a shoe line, a vegan shoe line coming out. I have to be honest with you, her makeup doesn't impress me at all. Maybe her makeup will actually improve then. I really don't find her makeup worth like screaming and yelling and jumping up and down and needing to buy it. I don't think it's really that great of a quality product. I've never really personally purchased her her makeup. I had the Sephora. Hi, Bright VO. Hello. I I didn't know she did either. I guess we will soon find out. I mean, her husband's a musician, so I guess, I guess she's got that going for her. Her husband with the swastika tattoo. I don't have any. The only thing I have was because I have a Sephora card, and Sephora has they do the birthday. You get to pick a little thing for your birthday at Sephora, and she says, the name, apparently the name isn't going to change like completely. It says, according to Rich Lux, yeah, we were just talking about Wendy Williams yesterday. Good morning, Cassie So Sassy. Hope you're having a good Friday. Yes. Welcome to the live. Yes, we were talking about Wendy Williams yesterday. We could retouch that subject if people missed it yesterday. We could do that. That's fine. But for right now, we're going to talk about Kat Von D. And so, from what I understand, it's going to be called KVD Vegan Beauty. KVD. So it's still Kat Von D, just without the cat and the Von. So it's KVD Vegan Beauty. I have to be honest, though, I really don't think her product is that great. Like I said, I got one of the little box from Sephora for my birthday. I don't remember what my other option. There were two choices. It was either the Kat Von D. Hi, Lulu Amore. Welcome. It was either the choice of the Kat Von D little box, or I don't remember what the other brand was. And so I took the Kat Von D box. I wouldn't personally purchase her product. Good morning, Adelaide. Hey, Marcy. Good morning. Well, yeah, it's good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. It's 12:15 here on the East Coast. So I got the little box of the Kat Von D. I guess it was sample size. There was like a little setting powder. I don't remember what. There was a setting powder, and actually no, I'm lying here. I actually bought the Kat Von D. What do you call that? The holograph palette. Actually, that's not a bad palette. Actually, that actually is a pretty decent palette. Coming to think of it, I do like that palette. But it's one of those palettes where you put one color on and move on. That palette's okay. I know we got the Dagger eyeliner in BoxyCharm in December. I haven't tried it yet. I don't even know if Isabel took it at this point. She might have taken it. I don't know. I'm a fan of the Hank and Henry one that we got back in September. Okay, so some of her products are like, but would I rush to go buy it? Probably not. And you know what's interesting about this is now I think it was Rich Lux. I was watching Rich Lux this morning, and he had said that Kat Von D was the one who started the cancel culture here on YouTube. She was, I guess she started, the cancel culture. People say Jeffree Star canceled this one and canceled that one, blah, blah, blah. So apparently Kat Von D was the one who started the cancel culture. And but now she's canceling herself. The thing is, but here's the interesting thing about that, and as a weird turn of it, is that Jeffree Star says that Marshalls and TJ Maxx, that's where makeup goes to die. And now that's very interesting because that's actually where I got her Kat Von D hologram palette, was at Marshall's before I took the job. And they sell a lot of Kat Von D at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. So maybe this is the end of her makeup line. I mean, like I said, it's, you know what? I think there's so many other companies out there that are vegan and cruelty free that are just as good as hers. I didn't buy the Milk Cosmetics palette. I know I told you guys I was gonna get that, the Smoke Sessions palette, but it turns out, Ulta had a brand that was similar. But there are a lot of other companies out there that are vegan and cruelty free. Yeah, Jeffree Star, his makeup, his cosmetics are vegan and cruelty free. However, he's not vegan and cruelty free. I think that's why a lot of, the vegans out there are not really a fan of him. He does, he does wear fur, and he has his Birkin bags. I mean, I don't know. I think, if you're willing to have a company that is vegan and cruelty free, it is worth giving it a whirl and a twirl, and giving it some, giving it attention, because, um, you know, at least the person's willing to try that. Doesn't mean that Jeffree Star isn't totally against, um, not eating cruelty free. He is not against, not buying Birkin bags. However, California has passed a law that I think would make it very difficult now for him to purchase these pocketbooks now. Um, but for Kat Von D, it's like, supposedly it's, for us influencers here on YouTube, who like to promote beauty companies, apparently it's not good for us to have her on our channel, because of, the fact that she's an anti-vaxxer, and, she's an anti-vaxxer, and, the whole racism thing. I don't know, I mean, the racism thing, there's no way you could ever apologize for that. I feel like, actions where an action of offense or harming somebody else, I don't think that is, I think there's a difference between, I think maybe in her, yeah, no one ever talks about her anymore. She doesn't have her TV show anymore. I mean, I'm curious to see what her vegan shoe line looks like. I mean, but then again, I'm assuming because she's making a vegan shoe line, it's not going to be affordable. Most vegan shoe lines aren't. And at that rate, I don't know if I would, I'm sure her shoe line is going to be uber expensive. And I don't think it's because it's vegan and either, because there are definitely some really great ways of making vegan leather where it's not costly. Um, you know, um, I've seen over the years that they can use, pineapple, they could use banana leaves, they could use different things to make leathers, that are not, of animal skins. So, and I don't think those things are expensive to produce. So, I mean, we eat these things, so, I mean, we're not paying $100 for a banana at the grocery store. So I don't know. But I mean, I'm curious to see it. I know Pamela Anderson has her shoe line. She makes cruelty-free versions. Sorry, my hair is just, I just washed it and blow dried it, so it's like all over the place. That's going in my eyes and stuff. Um, but Pamela Anderson makes a vegan cruelty-free version of Ugg boots, because, in order to make Ugg boots, shearling, it's not shearing sheep, it's shearling, so they literally have to kill the sheep for the shearling inside those boots. And I've seen lately that Uggs are featuring fur in their boots, and I don't support that at all. And listen, if you're a hunter and you use everything, and the fur, you do what you want to do with it, that's fine. I'm not against that. Fur farms are really nasty, ugly places. So, in that case, I don't support that. So, but Pamela Anderson made her own line. They're called Pammies, of Ugg boots, and they're very expensive, like hundreds of dollars expensive. They look pretty cozy, but unfortunately, Sometimes I wonder about that, though. I sometimes wonder about, that's my lunch in the background. Um, I sometimes wonder, like, because I was a vegan for like 5 years, and you know, I'm trying to figure my way back to that. But the one thing I always hated was like, you know, I mean, most of these things are made from plants, plant based, and but yet they find a way to charge more money for it, you know. But then somebody also, it's not just vegan things that they do that with, anyways. Anything healthy food related is usually more money anyways, for whatever reason, because I guess if it's Monsanto, not organic, and freshly made, Monsanto makes with GMOs and that option, you can make lots of these things for a cheaper price, which is a cheaper price for the consumer. So that kind of answers as to why healthier things are more money, because I guess they're not as mass produced, and they don't have chemicals that make it easier to make more of it. So um but whatever, something I've learned years ago, and I know this is totally like off topic, but when I was going through my custody battle with my kid's dad, something somebody had said to me is, when it comes to like a lawyer, you don't want a lawyer that makes $125 or less an hour, because you basically get what you pay for at that rate. And when I first started the custody battle with my kid's dad, I originally started out using legal aid, and it cost me a lot of money to pay for the mistakes of what legal aid made. I mean, legal aid, that they work for free, they work for the courts, so they're really not necessarily going to be on your side. So, in the grand scheme of life, when you pay for things, you want to pay for, you get what you pay for. So, you want to eat cheap and not healthy, then you're getting what you pay for. But if you want to eat better, you pay more money into it and get a better option. Um, and I don't think it's a matter, I really don't think it's truly a matter of, it being cheaper to produce or make. It's just a matter of, you know, it's easier, with when you go to like an organic farm, an organic store that sells, from a farm, yeah, it costs more, probably because, it's, I guess if you think of it this way, if you go to like a true organic farm, and to go like a farm stand or something like that. We have them here out east. We don't really have like we really don't have as many of like the farmers markets here. Actually, oddly enough, oh, see that? Why Kat Von D really quit her brand. I kind of wonder about that. You think maybe Jeffree Star had something to do with it? I mean, it's kind of interesting. Her beauty line kind of has fallen down, but Jeffree Star is like really rising, and that's how we discovered Jeffree Star started on MySpace, but he was also on LA Ink and things like that, and he's really prospered, but yet she's really not prospering. Right now she's not making makeup anymore. Do you think maybe it's possible that she's intimidated by the new makeup gurus, especially Jeffree Star, who's had lots to say about her and the way things were when they were friends and things like that. Um, I kind of wonder if they're going to have to I wonder if he's going to make a statement about that. Probably not. Um, but it kind of makes you wonder if he's gonna. Well, Jeffree Star seems to be in the middle of his own, war in his own family in his own house. So, I guess it would kind of not make any sense if he did make a statement. But I kind of may find it interesting. I do find that very interesting. It's like Heidi Klum says on Jesus, I had a brain fart. You ever get that brain fart? What she says on Project Runway is 1 minute you are in and 1 minute you are not. And, ooh, ouch. Um, so I'm wondering if that's the case here, is, she's kind of like out now. Well, like I said earlier, is that a lot of like when I was watching, um, you know, Rich Lux. Rich Lux actually said he doesn't talk a lot about her on his channel because a lot of people don't want to hear anything about her. Simply probably because of the whole, the he said because it's, any channel who does, any beauty influencer who, uses her eyeliner or anything in her, hey, H7, um, they were saying that, when people, use her eyeliner or her products on their videos, it actually, doesn't go very well for them. People get angry because she's an anti-vaxxer. I mean, here's the thing: is like, I'm not saying, "Hi H7, how you doing? Happy Friday." I'm not saying I'm an anti-vaxxer. I am very much against big pharma. Although, I know the big reason people are anti-vax is because of the science that says that, hey, Wicked. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're watching an ad. Hi, KFS Logging. Welcome. Nice to see you. Um, you know, um, this guy infuriates me. You have ears now. Yay. Wicked, I know you like the Star Wars thing. What do you think about all this Baby Yoda stuff? Who's it's gonna have a Baby Yoda, what's it called? Um, Build-A-Bear. I don't, that's a name I don't remember too often because I don't go there. I took Isabel there once before, and, for her birthday, and she got the troll one. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, go say hi to Lewis. Maybe I could do a raid if he's still live when I'm done. Yeah, what do you think, Frankie? You want to give Lewis a little raid? Oh, silly girl. Oh, there's Cujo. Oh, I had a hearing aid ad? Really? Oh, man. Oh, man, that's something. Oh, YouTube. I had to watch that. That's the one I want to... Oh, yeah, she's here. She's melted. I definitely want to check that Mandalorian show out because I have the Disney Plus app and I haven't checked it out just yet. I've been like so excited because Disney Plus has all the Simpsons episodes, and they're saying that the Simpsons are going to be going bye-bye soon. I think they said this season's the last one. But on the same topic of Kat Von D, now, I don't know if y'all heard about her ex-husband. You know that she was married to Oliver Peck, who is one of the judges on Tattoo Ink Master. I actually have, well, I don't have cable anymore, so I haven't watched it in a long time. And you know what's crazy? I kind of really liked Oliver Peck. I liked his, okay, see you later, KFS. Have a good day. Yeah, 30 years, right? 30 years because it started in 1989, and my sister just turned 30, and she was born in 89. I've been watching since then myself. So I always had a fight with my dad about watching The Simpsons. He thought The Simpsons were too violent. And then my mom finally sat down and watched it with us, and she realized, wow, The Simpsons have a lot of really great, values in the show. And so yeah, so that was a good thing, and my parents finally gave in to letting us watch The Simpsons without getting in trouble. My parents were very censorish in that sense. But anywho, but on the same subject of Kat Von D, now Oliver Peck will no longer be on Ink Master anymore because I guess, this is why it doesn't pay to say things that you don't really mean on social media anywhere, because it will come back and haunt you later on. Basically, Oliver Peck, I guess he had some photos on his MySpace from, many moons ago, where he did a full-on, not just full-on face, he did black face, but he had it on his chest and his arms. He put the wig on, and he was, photographed, ooh, Um, he just painted himself black, and was, you know, playing basketball, which ain't that the stereotypical thing to do. Um, so now he is, I think they said he's going to be featured in this season of Ink Master because they already filmed it. Because I don't think that show, can't imagine how that show is live, other than, you know, the final episode. But he will, after this season, he will no longer be on the show. And supposedly he hasn't even apologized. You know, see, there's the thing, is like, someone may not be forgiven, or maybe they can be forgiven and their actions may not be forgotten. I know Jeffree Star, you know, was called out on for saying that word, the N word, and well, James Charles also has been called out for using, you know, saying things that were racist and ableist, but he doesn't tend to apologize. Um, but the photos of Oliver Peck were, I mean, it wasn't just blackface. He just painted his whole self black and threw a wig on, and it was just. Now, I know some people out there are going to say, "Oh, well, haven't you seen the movie White Chicks?" But in the scheme of life, I don't think that's the same thing. Um, but I kind of wonder if Kat Von D is going to make a statement about that too. You know. Well, Justin Bieber. Now, Justin Bieber is another one. And he's not one who, I mean, wasn't he? He was discovered by Usher. So he better not be saying things like that. I have to say, though, his new song is annoying as hell. Have you heard his new song, Yummy? Oh, Lord. That song is just all kinds of annoying. And it's interesting. He puts out an album shortly after Selena Gomez did. And you know what? Selena Gomez's album is way better than his. His song Yummy is just like, I'm just listening to this and it's just like freaking annoying. Yeah. Right. It's just best not to do those kinds of things. It's best not to mock each other. You know, um, and I know that I know that we live in an offended culture right now. A lot of people are offended by things, but I mean, however, for me, I guess because I'm a different, individual. I mean, if somebody says they're, offended by something, then, I'll go with that because I don't want to hurt or offend anybody. So if they say they're offended by something, then you know what? I'm just going to go with it and respect their feelings. However, there are some things that, are a little bit much. We talked about this at Christmas time, where there are people out there who would like, they would really like a gender neutral Santa Claus. I mean, that's a little, I don't know. There are some things in life where, it gets to be a little bit much. I mean, for me, I personally don't think Santa Claus should be a gender neutral kind of thing, because, he's a god in our pagan world. But, I mean, listen, you know what? I thought it was kind of dumb. Yeah, right. You're right, Wicked. I mean, the thing is, I'm not offended by that idea. I'm not offended if they want to believe. You know what? If you want to believe Santa Claus is a woman or gender neutral, and it makes you happy and it helps you, enjoy your holiday, I don't care. That doesn't bother me very much. I mean, I think it's silly. I do think it's a silly idea, but you know what? I actually was a little upset about it at first, just simply because like sometimes you have to draw a line in the sand and say enough is enough, but you know what? If it makes somebody happy and it's not really hurting me, it's not hurting me to have a gender neutral Santa Claus. So if you want to have a gender neutral Santa Claus, I mean, hey, what you do in your home is your business. And you know what? That kind of leads on to the Kat Von D situation of the anti-vaxxer. But see, here's the thing: is like I'm not saying I am for or against that. Um, I mean, vaccines are tough because they are loaded with chemicals, and I don't get the flu vaccine because I'm highly allergic to it. So but I mean, I feel like I've built up the antibodies from the last time I had the flu, which was like 20 something years ago. So I don't feel like I have not had the flu ever again after that. Um, so but some of these vaccines that these kids have out that these kids need are important. I mean, of course, there are some that aren't important. I don't believe in the HPV vaccine. That's been proven to be very damaging and bad for our health. Hey, into the bush. Oh, I'm glad you're here. It's a long time no see. Hope you're doing better. I know you were sick the last time we spoke. Wow, I'm so happy to see you. Um, But so yeah, Kat Von D with the anti-vaxxing thing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm highly allergic to the flu vaccine, so I don't get one. I also don't go very far, and I live as organically as organically I can as possible. So I mean, I think a lot of times, our illnesses and stuff can be linked to our diet and the way we live. Um, I mean, we could talk about ADHD for a moment, apparently the way we eat is been a very big factor in these things. France doesn't allow Monsanto products in their country, and they actually don't have as big of a problem with ADHD as we do have here. I mean, I know organic's expensive, in the grocery store. Yeah, you're right. Vaccine's good. The preservative, yeah. Right. Exactly. I mean, I could speak on the whole vaccine thing from personal experience here. Um, you know, um, since we were on the subject of Justin Bieber for a minute. I don't know if I've shared this with you all, but I had Lyme disease at the age of 10. I'm actually going to make me a cup of coffee or a pot of coffee because it's way too cold to be walking to 7-Eleven. So today is the day we're going to make our own. And we can't be lazy all the time, you know. But so I had Lyme disease. I'm glad you're back, Jeff. That means a lot to see you're back. So I had Lyme disease at the age of 10, I mean, there are some vaccines out there that just, that don't work. Sometimes I do think that, I think their hearts are in the right place where they make these things and they're hoping it's going to, prevent something and it doesn't really work the way that, whatever. I mean, it is science, so there's, the trial and error part of life with that. And, after I had Lyme disease, they did create a vaccine for it, Yeah, right. Well, see, that's another thing is now there a lot of areas are working now to put an end to styrofoam packaging. I think it's officially banned in New York City, actually. For the record, in case you don't know, I don't live in New York City. I am starting to visit a little bit more often these days because I like it there. I do like the shopping there. Life is very different over there than it is here. But when I say something may be illegal over there, it's not necessarily illegal here because we don't have the same. We have the same state government, but we don't have the same government as in like with this situation, like the styrofoam. Like they may have styrofoam. Yeah. I had Lyme disease when it first became a thing. So yeah, I could totally understand that. They did create a vaccine many years ago, but it's no longer on the market because they found it didn't work. And since I already have Lyme disease in my system, then it probably won't do me any good. I mean, see, that's the thing with Lyme disease is that you do, it's like cancer. It does go into remission, but it can come back around, later on. So I guess it's hard to say that a vaccine would work if you already have. In my case, it probably wouldn't have worked anyway, simply because I already have the disease in my system. So it's just in remission now, and hopefully it stays that way. We do have deer in the yard. I don't like to blame them for anything, though. I don't like to blame animals for things like that. So that's just me. I don't like it. It's not my gig. Um, you know. I mean, they've been saying for years that Zika virus was caused by Monsanto. I don't deny that idea. I don't think that's impossible. Do you? Do you think that's impossible? I mean, the thing is, that's the one thing I don't support for sure. Is Happy Friday, Jeff. The one thing I don't support is that I don't support Monsanto, and I don't support the idea of chemicals in our food. I do like to eat organically if I can. It's just, I try. Everyone tries a little bit. It is expensive because you have to remember, the reason why stuff from Monsanto is so cheap is because they use the chemicals to produce so much food in such a rapid pace. But when it's organically grown, it takes a lot of loving care to grow it that way. And, maybe there's not as much of it, grown at a time. So, sorry, I'm just washing my mug out. But, I mean, I for one try my best to support the organic farmers. I think they actually do have a very huge vegan or maybe not so much vegan, but they actually do have a big farmers market in New York City. I think on Fridays. I think I may actually end up looking into going to that over the summer. I may actually check that out because it's important. It's what, in the scheme of life, it is important to shop small businesses. I know we're all crying about stores like Payless and Toys R Us and things like that going out of business. I mean, those are big corporations, though. Those aren't really. I hate to tell you this, but those are big corporations, and they're not small businesses. But they all started out as a small business. But see, this is why I talk about on my channel, like because I like Jeffree Star and supporting big YouTubers, because at some point it may be one of us. And I'd like to believe it would be one of us. If you didn't see Jamie's new video about Emma Chamberlain, she got Emma Chamberlain's coffee. Apparently, Emma Chamberlain has her own line of coffee, and Jamie did a video of her making the coffee and trying it out. I mean, that's what dreams are made of, ain't it? But, with the organic stuff, I like that because then I can support small businesses and small farmers. That's important to me. I mean, of course, I do shop in regular grocery stores and Target and things like that. Although Whole Foods, the one thing about Whole Foods I've noticed is that they actually do purchase items from local small businesses. And they actually do, like if you go to the organic grocery department, it actually will say where their produce has come from. So that's cool. I props to Whole Foods for doing that. The one thing I like about Whole Foods is that they do strive to offer more healthier options there. Not at a reasonable price, of course, but you got that going for us. And we don't have Whole Foods like all over the place here, unfortunately. Not here on Long Island, not in our section, anyways. I see in New York City there's one right across the street from Bryant Park. Hey, Steve. But Whole Foods is a good store. I think they're pretty decent. I like their message. And you also got Trader Joe's. Aldi's, I know everyone's like all up in arms about Aldi's, but we have Aldi's here and they're actually kind of gross. I actually won't walk into them. It's actually kind of shocking and amazing to me that Aldi's is owned by Trader Joe's because it's so gross. But yeah, so I don't know. It's not my gig. I'm not really a fan of Aldi's. But the one thing I do like about Whole Foods and Trader Joe's is there's an organization here called Community and Solidarity, formerly known as Food Not Bombs. They're a organization that goes to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, and they rescue the food that they would throw away because it's not pretty enough to sell or whatever it is. However it is that they decide not to sell it, you know. And then they have a daily food share where, you know, they help out, you know, families in need have access to organic whole foods. It's a vegan and vegan vegetarian food share usually. You know, they hand out, you know, almond milks and things like that. So I applaud all these Trader Joe's and Whole Foods for doing that for the community. I think that's pretty awesome. You know, I mean, most of the grocery stores do it, but the one thing I think about, the way that I think they do it there is, unlike the regular grocery stores, is they're giving community and solidarity items that they're not selling because they're just, you know, they don't look pretty enough. Hey, Ingles! That's what they do. I mean, when the grocery stores donate to like Island Cares and stuff like that, it's usually food that they're gonna throw away because it's, you know, not edible anymore. So but hey, you know what? Every little bit does help. I mean, I for one have, you know, used food pantries in the past, and of course, I'm very, very thankful and grateful for anything that's been given to me, because I could use the help, you know. But yes, I'm making coffee because it's way too cold to walk to 7-Eleven for my crumb cake coffee. So I still have to find out who I need to talk to about getting my channel sponsored by 7-Eleven, because I promote their store so much. I think I deserve it. I mean, if not a sponsorship, at least give me coffee for free, or free snacks. Whenever I come into your store, if you have a free snack, you know, I'll do a taste test. I've done a lot of taste tests of things from 7-Eleven on here, so I mean, I'm open to that idea. Hey, listen, you know, YouTube doesn't pay the bills, okay? It doesn't. But you need to work you got to work it, girl. You got to work it. And, you know, if you work hard enough, it'll come to you. Charlie Hunnam has said it himself, you know, if you want something bad enough, as long as you work towards it, the universe will find a way to make it happen for you. So, you know, I'm starting to see what more I need to do for myself, and not just for my channel, but, you know, expanding and doing other things. I found that people really enjoyed my Dancey Dance video on Instagram. It's a video of me dancing to a Usher song alongside James Charles. It's a TikTok challenge. Hi, Hippy Dippy. It was a TikTok challenge video. And it didn't do well on TikTok because I really don't know how TikTok works on getting followers and things like that. If you know, please tell me, because I would really like to broaden my horizons. And, you know, because with TikTok, I can make videos over there and bring them over here as long as they don't have any copyrighted material. Ah, that's good. It's not as good as crumb cake coffee, but it'll do. But next cup, I think I'm going to make it with the protein powder. In fact, I'm going to turn the pot off now before I forget. So we can do that. Okay. Okay. I don't want my coffee to be too hot if I'm going to put protein powder, because some of these protein powders don't react well to heat. Yeah, well, Sons of Anarchy is done and over with now. Oh, well, I also have the shirt on. I have a shirt. This is the one that has all the members' mug shots. I have one just with Jack's, and then I have this one. But yeah, I'm doing good, Hippy Dippy. How are you? How are things? Ah, that's good. A little watery today. Yeah, it's not as good. I'll have to thicken it up when I make the next cup with my protein powder. So it'll be a cup of coffee, but a meal at the same time. Check that. Actually, I could probably do that now. Actually, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna make our lunch. I'll show you how to do this, I think. So, I'm not going to use the, I am not going to be using the, the magic bullet, but I'm going to use the simpler way of doing this, and that is with a blender ball mug. So now you're going to learn something. If you're in the process of weight loss surgery, here you go. I mean, of course, hey, Skins fans all day, my friend. I'm just making a quick protein coffee, simply because my coffee is not strong enough to be coffee. It's a little watery today. So what I am going to do is, see, this is regular coffee. It's got a little sweetener in it, and it's got almond milk. Almond milk adds a little extra protein to my shake here. So that's that. We got that going in there. Now, let me just make sure that's 8 ounces of coffee. I think it might be a little bit more, well, a little more, a little less. If it's more than the 8 ounces, that's fine, because it'll just be not as thick as, you know. All right, so I got this new protein, new to me. It's the Ghost brand. A lot of people were recommending it. And now, if you have weight loss surgery, they do say it's better to not rely on these things, and it's better to, you know, make your own food. But you know what? This stuff keeps you, it keeps you, you know, from doing bad things. Or at the very least, a protein shake is good for, you know, if you're going to eat the bad things, because this is 25 grams of protein right here in the scoop. This is 25. And I had about 26 for breakfast. So that's, so I try to keep my meals like 25 grams of protein, 25 grams of protein each, because I'm allowed 80 max. And as long as I do that, and I eat something that I'm not supposed to, then it's just, you know, in that rate, it's just added calories. So here we go. We got this guy here. This is my first time doing it this way, so this way. Check that. Oops, why is this not closing? I'm gonna have to keep my finger on it. All right, hopefully this powder doesn't turn into plastic, because sometimes, yep, something didn't go right. Hold on one second. There we go. So there you go. It's a protein coffee. And maybe it'll improve the taste of my coffee, since my coffee was a little weak. We don't want no weak-ass coffee here. No weak-ass coffee for here. No weaklings. So this is the easier way of doing a protein shake. You know, if you don't want to use the magic bullet, although, you know, the magic bullet does mix the powder a little better. Also, letting it sit kind of helps too, but unfortunately, I'm thirsty and hungry at the same time, so actually, it doesn't smell bad. Whoa. Hello. So that is the Ghost Whey protein. It's actually in coffee ice cream flavor. Now, that just improved my coffee by like 100%. So, I do that sometimes. Like, I'll buy like a French vanilla cappuccino from 7-Eleven, and I'll add, I have Applejack flavored protein, and I also have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But I just bought this one because people were talking about this brand. They actually have a peanut butter cup one that I may end up getting at some point. Yeah, the mosquitoes are alive and well. So anyways, guys, I am going to have to end the live now because I see my kid is calling or texting. So I will talk to you guys later. I don't think I'll be going live anytime soon because of the events that happened last week. I was doxxed last Thursday, so I'm waiting to see if the threat has been taken care of. As in, like, I'm not going to get swatted or anything before I go live with my kids home. That's my fear, is going live when one of my kids are home and I get swatted. So I'm just avoiding that, as sad as it sounds. So that's why I'm going live during the daytime, Wednesday through Friday, and no lives on the weekend. And Monday and Tuesday we can go live all the live long day. So, love you too, Steve. I will see you guys later. Remember, kindness is free, so spread that.